Good.
Welcome so much to the
Thank
Vita
you.
Show.
Thank you.
I am honored to have you as my guest today.
Oh.
And I'm so excited for everyone to hear some of the wonderful things you're doing, some of the things you have planned, and some of the things you've already done. I've had the honor of being around you for how long? Like
7, 8 years.
It's been a while, and we've been out here just doing it. And so I'm so excited about your new show and things you're doing with your children. So just let us know who you are.
Well, I come from the home city of Chi-Town. When people say I was born there, and my family, you know, they came to live in South Bend. There was time as a little girl I wasn't raised by my family, but my mother and father, bless their hearts, they were good people, but they weren't able to raise me. Then I became into many foster homes, and after that foster home, I became adopted into the adopted home. And there's between those lines and between the stories, I'm writing a book. I don't want to give much details because if I do, then you wouldn't buy the book. But I'm hoping everybody buy my book because I believe I have a story to tell. I started young in church. I fell in love with Jesus very young, and I'm just crazy in love with a spirit that we have known for thousands of years, and we know the Son came to die on the cross, and He came and lived with us and breathed with us and to show us that He loved us. And I just fell in love. I grew up as an adopted child. The lady that adopted me was a very church-going person. She got up in the morning, she prayed. She went to bed, she prayed. She believed in being on time for church. She believed in order. She believed in cleanliness. I picked up a lot of things, but in that process, I was a rebellion child, a rebellion teenager, and I became promiscuous. And in that walk, I had many relationships, and then I had another relationship. I had birthed 4 children, and then I had another relationship, birthed children after that. And so the total of 2018, I have 7 children. Been married twice. Both of those relationships were domestic violence. That's in my book. So there's things a lot about me in my past, but I'm now looking towards my future, and I thank God. I give Him the glory for all the trials and tribulations that I've been through, and I'm still standing. I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah. So.
Okay, so what are some of you? Now you said you have 7 children.
7.
I know some years ago we did an after-school program, and you were doing some praise dancing with the children.
Yes. Under the leadership that I was under a couple years ago, I love them. I love them dearly. Prophetess Rochelle Lee and her husband, they had birthed in me the praise ministry, the youth pastor, her son. At that time, I had just came into contact with them. I had left them, got married and left the church, and then I relocated and found them, and then that's when that ministry became birthed inside of me. God had gave me a dance, and I began to dance under the prophetic and deliverance. And I try to stay fasting and pray up before I dance. I've taught young children, I've taught adults, I've taught mime, I've taught children. I mean, I've had it all. Whenever I've danced in Atlanta, I've danced in South Bend. I've pretty much danced all over my house. I love dancing like David. And I believe dancing is a way of praise to break things and to renew your mind. So I encourage, if you haven't danced in a while, whether it be just a song that you sing and to make you dance, the praises that goes up, it really sends down tremendously a breakthrough. And I get a joy out of dancing. Yes, it was the children. I remember that. We did that with the kids and taught the kids how to, and my children, I teach my children how to dance and how to mime dance. So, yeah, I remember that. I remember that was one. Oh, yes, you remember that.
Well, I still have clips from that.
Oh,
so
yes.
Once I put this series together for the TV show, I'm going to say we have a commercial break.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of the wonderful things Valerie's doing with her children,
yes,
because parent involvement is so important.
Yes.
And to nurture children and to believe in them, because the first person who children want to believe in them is their mothers and their fathers.
Yes.
So I think that's very important.
Very talented children.
Now, you talked about doing a book. Do you have a title of your book?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Written that I'm in the process.
Okay.
The first book that will come out is The Elect for the Neglect.
Wow.
The second book was He Beat Me.
Wow.
So the two books is the first book is to introduce you who I am. I believe that those who have been neglected, rejected, abandoned, abused, suffer from some kind of loss, they really been elected.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to tap into what God has divined them to do and instructed them to do here on earth. So the book is really letting you know where I came from, and now that I know who I am, and I'm going to walk in the elect. You see, a lot of people needed to be validated by people. When you are elected, you know that you've been chosen.
Okay.
So that book is written for the people that has been neglected, but really they've been elected.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, I think I met you when you did Straw Women Who Made Bricks with Isola Bird.
Yes.
And you just were so funny. And I have clips from that too. I've been doing this a while, and I'm like, and you just it was just so inspirational.
Yes.
So I can see your books. I can see your books already, but I can still see your books made into a play, into a movie.
Yes.
So, as we start doing things just a little bit at a time, just step by step. Inch by inch is a cinch.
Yeah, yeah. I like that.
Now, you have some upcoming things. Really excited. One of the times we met and we talked about a TV show that you were wanting to do.
Yes, I believe we had sat down a group of women. You were one of them. We had some other women that were also trying to come in the meeting, and we invited them to, I think, was it at my house?
It was at your house.
It was at my house. And we wanted to have a vision for the city of South Bend, and we wanted to have a vision for our own, for the churches and the youth, and you had your organization, and I think so many people had their organization, but I didn't have anything. I'm just a mommy, and I love being a mommy, and I just said, you know what, this is what I want to do, and I showed you what I wrote it down, and I remember the piece of paper that I wrote it down. I said, and I slid it to you. I said, this is what God told me to do, and He's going to use me, and I didn't know that my tone and my voice meant something in my house. I know it did, but when it comes and shift outside of my house, hey God, it will break down strongholds. And so God gave me the vision of the television ministry, and you showed me where to go, who to talk to, what paperwork I need to go through. And I've been on TV since 2011. Wow. 2011. And God told me that I was going to break all kinds of barriers and all kinds of nationality and break all kinds of things just because the lifestyle that I have and the gift that I have to communicate with people. Wow. I sing. I love to sing.
Okay.
Another thing is I just got ordained in 2017 as an ordained evangelist. I am a member at Apostolic House of Deliverance, which is the apostle is Apostle Russell Shabu, and the pastor is Pastor Jeffrey Carter, and their lovely wives, first ladies. Been a member of their church since April 2017. The reason why I just became a member because I was living in Georgia, and for about almost a year, and in that process of timing, God was elevating me. Where that book come from the neglect to the elect, because at that moment in my life I found that this is what I want to tell the people. We fall, but we always have a chance to get back up. And then we fall, and then we always have a chance to get back. And then we fall. But the many times that you fall, you have to have the same strength that you fall that you can get back up again. And I want to encourage people that God loves us no matter what. As long as we're trying, as long as we're prospering our ways to please Him. Because no one's perfect. And that's why I wrote that book. Because I felt like that book was to tell people, hey, just because we have been elected and some of the poor decisions that we've made doesn't mean that we're not elected. So that's helped me. And then when I became a member of that church, I became more free. I became more delivered. I became mentally, spiritually, even my health was not so good. But physically I became strong. And so, yeah, people out there, they don't know. They better watch out. I'm called a stick of dynamite for no reason. You know, that's my nickname. They're like, she's small, but a stick of dynamite. I was doing a television taping about 2-3 weeks ago, you know, Vita. And the producer and the co-producers and executives, they were all talking. And they was like, is that the young lady? You know, they're pointing, is that her over there? Because she's much bigger on TV. BDIVA stands for Divine, Inspirational, Victorious, Anointed People. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the men, the women, the little boy, the little girl. There is divineness in you. There is inspiration in you. You are victorious and you are anointed. And don't let nobody take your joy from you. That's what my television is about. It's about finding the people and finding them fast and saving their souls and giving them love and giving them encouragement and living in forgiveness, women and men, boys and girls. That's one thing that gives you power besides love is forgiveness, and that's BDIVA Television Ministry.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Valerie. I look forward to having you back on the show.
Thank you.
When you get to your next level.
Thank you.
When the book is the #1 seller.
Hey, glory.
And you got the movie out.
Yes,
and I can say, I knew her when.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. God bless.